And welcome back to my channel, Keeping Up with Kid P. I am your girl Kid P, aka Kid the Crafter, and today we are working on another purse, right? We are outside in this sunny, breezy weather here in Texas. And before we get started, I want you to go ahead and hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified when we upload new content. Okay, and no more further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take you down. Okay, let's get started. All right, guys, we are out here with another frame, another resin purse without the mold. So a moldless purse. We're gonna get ready to do these, spray these shells in a nice color of red. Not red. And so we're going to go ahead and get started, making sure we coat them evenly. And this is going to be our base color. I don't think I've done a red purse, so this will be the first red that we do. Make sure we give it a nice coating. We're going to do 2 coats, so this is our first coat. And we're just making sure that everything is covered. And we'll come back and do our second coat on it. Okay. Alright, that is our first coat. And we're going to come back, let this dry, come back and do our second coat on here. Okay. Stay tuned. Alright, guys, we are back. We're going to go ahead and put our second coat on. Make sure that it's nice and coated. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. I have not done a red purse yet, so I am quite... Alright, that is our second coat. Okay, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff so that you can be notified when we upload new content. Okay, we're gonna come back with the next step. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we are back with our red shells. We done put both coats on there. We're gonna get ready to put our resin on here. We're gonna get 3 ounces. I'm gonna use one of my small cups here. And we're gonna also use our Epoxy Resin Store premium clear resin. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour I'm gonna go ahead and pour 1.5 ounces, measure it off with my finger as soon as I can find it. 1.5. Hold on. There we go. 1.5 right here. So pour right up to my finger. Make sure I put it where I can see it. Right to my finger. Okay. I'm gonna double check it in a minute. Keep my tops clean. Okay. Then let's see, double check in here. And yep, perfect, 1.5. Now I'm gonna take my finger up to the top of where the 3 is, right here, and I'm gonna pour my hardener right there. Yep. That's gonna be a perfect 3 ounces. We're gonna stir this up. Stir up our 3 ounces here. Because when you have a shell, you don't really need to start off with a lot. Because we're gonna coat the letters and everything else. So we're gonna stir this up. Make sure I'm scraping along my sides, getting that in there. I'm just taking my time because it's a full little cup and I don't want to waste any. Stirring it up. Making sure everything is nice and blended, mixed well. Still scraping along the sides, getting everything mixed up. I have the shells propped up on 4 little cups, 4 little mixing cups that are all the same size so that the resin will just drip off into the parchment paper. I also have the parchment paper lined inside of a little box here so that everything is contained in one little area and good, easy for cleanup. Okay, that looks pretty clear, pretty mixed. I'm gonna set that right there. We're gonna get ready to add, because I want this purse to sparkle, I'm gonna add some of our red glitter to it. And I want it to be a lot of glitter. So it'll kind of look like Dorothy's red slippers. I'm just stirring that in. Mixing that in there really, really good. I might even put some more in here because I want it to be glittered up. Oh, this is gonna be pretty. This is going to be pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think that is pretty glittery. Okay. Now we're just gonna come and pour this on top of this purse like so. I'm not gonna do it all at one time. And then I'm gonna come back and just spread it before I let it fall over the edges. I'm just gonna spread it. And we're gonna spread it some more. Then start letting it fall over. Okay. Come back and pour. Right along them edges. Oh, that is pretty. Put some over these edges. And a little over this edge. Come back and clean it up. Let's get down the middle of this one. We're going to do the same thing. And grab it. I'll spread it. Once it connects, I'll clean my cup up and then I'm going to come back and make sure that it's fully covered with resin and glitter and all that good stuff. know if y'all can hear that motorcycle, but if y'all can, I apologize. It's my neighbors. Glitter be so hard to clean out your cups. I try to get them right away, but that glitter is, it just be everywhere. Alrighty. I have a spatula somewhere. I'm looking for it. That I have bought. So that we can spread whatever has fallen off. Okay, so we'll take our spatula and just kind of put some of this resin back on top. So that the glitter all on the sides. Make sure we get it on the sides. All over here where it has ran off. On the sides. Make sure you get your corners. Everywhere, making sure you is covered all around the purse or the shell, so that all sides have what is needed. Okay, so it's fully covered. Your round parts, yes, it's gonna, of course not hold as much because it's rounded, but you just want to make sure that you have the resin. And that's pretty much it. Just going back, putting the glitter on top. It'll run off on its own. It's pretty. I like it. I like it. Okay, we're gonna fire it up and set this to the side. And let it do what it do. It's pretty. I like it. A pretty red purse. All right. On my torch. And that's gonna be it for this one. Set it to the side and come back and finish it up. Now I don't expect this to be as smooth because the glitter is bigger. And I will do another layer on top of it. But I just want to make sure that it is don't have any bubbles and it is as clear as it could possibly be for the most part. Okay. All right, stay tuned. We coming back. We coming back. All right, guys. So we are back with our logo that she wants on the purse, and it is the small C logo, Chanel C logo. I have my transfer tape here already cut to size so we can transfer the images to the purse. And then once we get that transferred, we'll go on to the next step. So these shells, you can do just about anything with them, far as art wise. You can put images on them and then get really creative. And so I'm going to scrape a scraper over all of it. We want all of the images to come up. I printed them and de-weeded them and did all of that, and so it looks like it's peeling up nicely. Everything is peeling off, and yes. And so now all of the images is now onto my transfer tape, and we are going to line them up on the shells, making sure my shells is the right side up, which they are. And I know that I already want this to fold on the side right there. And so once that folds on the side, I want it to be perfect. Once that folds on the side, pull it here and make sure that everything is lined up straight. On the purse. And then them should fold right on over. Just like that. Strip everything down. Now because it's so many, we have to take our time removing the tape. So I'm going to start with the sides, and some of those are not scraped down, still coming up. And I'm just scraping. I'm sorry I got it off camera, but I'm just scraping the images. Oh, and some of my paint came off the tip, so I have to be very, very careful not to take any of the paint. Oh, I wish I could get that back on there, but I can't, so I'm gonna have to be real, real careful not to take my paint with it. And it must not have been cured all the way in that corner. And so I am slowly rolling the transfer tape off. Everything is sticking so far. It's looking good. And got a little hiccup right there. Just a little. Okay, it looks better than I thought. I wasn't sure. I wasn't 100%. Now, I already know that this corner is not sticking, right? So we're gonna have to lay that down. Lay these down pretty good. Way. Sometimes it just be your angle. So we got these couple. Make sure that they are stuck on there, and then we should be able to peel right off. Yep, there we go. And it made it. It made it. It made it. I'm gonna press everything down, and there we have it. Yeah, very different. Very different. It's definitely different. I like it though. I do. I like it. Alright, so we got this other set. We are about to lay our transfer tape down. Same thing. And put this on the other shell. So that came out pretty good. And we'll put the top coat on it. And then the top coat will magnify actually the C's. And then we'll go from there. But it turned out pretty. I like it. I didn't know it was going to look like that, but it's cute. So we're going to come back, do the same thing. spray over everything. Actually a little harder this time because we've already used the tape. So we gotta make sure that everything is gonna pick up. And it normally does. You might have a few that need a little extra assistance to come up, but they normally come right on up, just like so. And we got them right here on the transfer tape. So we're gonna go ahead and place again, same way. And I think it was here. I want to make sure everything is nice and evenly lined up. Evenly lined. Over it. Come back and start to peel, making sure we go very careful. Now I already know this one here needs a little assistance, so I'm going to press it down and then come back and lift. So you just taking your time and working your way down each one. Yeah, that's coming off nice so far. It's looking really good. All right. Uh-oh. Yep. So you just have to watch it as it peels to make sure every one of them stay intact. So far, so good. I'm just doing these ends because I think I probably again gonna come from this way, and then that'll be an easier pull because yeah, okay, and I'm good to go. All right, take my transfer tape, we're gonna lay it back down on its paper, because we still can use this at least 1 to 2 more times. So we'll put that back down And set that to the side. Trash the rest. And then we're going to get ready to pour a coat of resin on top. Let me clean up the little, that's normally the last thing I do. These little drizzles. And it needs to be covered. So we'll cover it with one more coat of resin. And be all set. Hold tight. Alright, so now we about to put together the frame for the purse, which is this frame here. It's in silver. I'm going to use the clear side shields for this particular project because it's red, black, and silver, and so I just want to kind of stay with the theme of the purse and not use the iridescent inside. So I'm using a double-sided super glue tape, and I'm cutting it up the middle because I don't need it to be this wide, but you can find this at the Dollar Tree in the hardware section. And I just place it along the edge there, peel the backing off, like so, and place it inside the purse, and then push it flush up against the inside of the little groove there. So this is going to fold down, so we want the tape to go here. And again, I'm going to do the same thing on this side, lining my tape. This tape is very strong. Once it's stuck for the most part. So be careful. And then I'm coming back and I'm doing the same thing, sticking it down into the grooves first, and then pressing up against the side. And then that gives me one side shield. And do the same thing to this side. Measure off my tape. Cut it up the middle. It's sticky. Side, peel the backing off, place it in the groove, and then press it up against the side. I'm using my nail. You can use a popsicle stick if you don't have long nails. Popsicle stick work just fine. Same thing. It's hard to see where the edge is with this clear. And peel the backing off. place it down in there. And then we have our purse that can open, and the side shields is done. Real quick, real simple, real easy. Okay, so we're gonna come back and finish it up. Okay, once it is completed, that is the side. All right, guys, and welcome back. We're gonna go ahead and coat the top of this one with a layer of resin, which I have right here. Gonna try to keep this short and sweet. So we're gonna pour just a quick, a nice little layer on top. And this is to seal in the letters. So that they will be sealed into the purse and not just sitting on top. That is pretty. Again, a little skeptical at first, but it came out really cute. This is our second layer of resin. I'm just making sure everything is covered. Alright, that's one. Get ready to coat this other one, starting with the middle. Let's turn this so I can get a better angle. sure everything is coated. This red is pretty. It is pretty. Everything is nice and smooth. And then we're going to set this to the side so that it can cure and do what it do. That's pretty. Super, super, super like this. Turned out much better than I thought. Okie dokie. Alright, so now we're going to something like this off. We're going to torch it a little bit, although I don't see no bubbles nowhere on this project. Nowhere. I want it to be perfect. So we're going to torch it just in case. This is so pretty. The red is just sparkling. Okay. Alright guys, come back and we'll finish it up. Alright guys, we are back with our shells. They came out perfect. I've already did one, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this one on camera. We're gonna put the in the sound absorber felt in the inside, so that it, you know, the whatever they put in the purse won't just be clinking around in there. It'll actually have this felt in here to just make it look a little bit more polished and give it a little bit of sound absorption in there as well. So I'm gonna put my Modge Podge in, go ahead and coat the frame with the Modge Podge. Normally I would have been and nicked off all of these little drips, which I will do. I did it on the other one, but I did not do it on this one because I guess I really wanted to go ahead and get this done because I'm trying to get these purses out in the mail as soon as possible. All right, set my brush to the side and just spreading the rest of that on. All right, I got the slits cut in the corners so I can maneuver it in better. And so I'm gonna go ahead and lay it right on there and tuck my corners. That's why I put the slits in it, so I can tuck it around the corners. Come back on this side. And we're gonna slit these corners as well. And I always have more than enough material. It's just best to have more than what you need than not enough, because you can always trim it as you go, as you just seen me do it. versus not having enough and you can't finish the product or the project, I should say. And I'm just making sure that everything is nice and laying up along the sides here. Coming down, doing the same thing here. And once we get everything tucked and laid down, smoothed out, we can come back and trim it once it dries. And that's pretty much how that looks. I'm gonna trim some of my things off now while it's sitting. And I'm just taking my nippers, getting some of the drips off, so when I get ready to put it inside of the frame, everything will be okay. I'm just Modge Podge in that little corner. So I'm just knocking some of the drips, so that when I put it in the frame, it'll go in there flush versus not. So I'm just going through it. And normally I would do this first, but again, I was rushing, trying to get it done. So I want to get this dry so I can put it in the frames. We got the frames ready to go as we worked on them already. And I do have that footage as of right now. So yeah, that that whole little part, I didn't see that. Okay, so we got some little repairs to do. And yeah, I normally again have this already oh, that's a big piece. Okay, so we got the whatchamacallit in there. Now, because I'm losing my corners by taking off the edges, I gotta touch up some areas real quick. I wasn't even expecting that. Oh, we got that corner, and I think that wasn't even that corner. That was this corner. And we're gonna put that back down because and take that off like so. But you get the gist. That's my husband. Okay, I got to line that back up and let that dry. So we got that corner, and then it was one more little area. I think it's like right here, chipped off a little bit, but we can fix it. It's weird. And it's the first time this ever happened, so I don't know if it's the paint or what, but I'm gonna make sure that gets in there and looks like it never happened. And then I'm gonna come and I'm gonna nip just the hard part off of it, because that's what made it come up. All right. And it's already like sticking, so the felt, I can't slide it up, so we gotta make sure this is nice and smoothed out in this corner. All right, I think we're good to go. All right, we got that, and then it was one more little small piece right here that needs to be put back, because this whole little side just didn't want to do right. When I put that frame on it, it's gonna cover this up, but I just want it all to be where it's supposed to be. Is that the right piece? No, it look like it. It's not looking like it. No, we go this way. So that's only part of it. And it's already like drying up, sticking to my hand. But I'd rather have the blooper here with you guys than not, so you guys can see that it's not always perfect. But it, you know, we have mishaps sometimes. There we go. I'm trying to get this in place. All right. Okay. And then it was a corner where a whole little part came off right here, but you couldn't really tell that it came off. But I'm wondering, is this it? That don't look like it. So that's a nice piece of red, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna camouflage it, because I don't know where that piece came from, but it's right there on, like, on the corner, on the edge. You can't really see it, but I know it's there. All right, so there you have it. We're gonna set it in front of the fan, let it dry, and then we're gonna come back, put them in their frames, and then we'll have a completed purse. Okay, so sit tight.